y nos quedamos esperando a que la Ilana acabara su misión. No fue por tanto tiempo esta vez. Ok, perdón, me quedé leyendo algo. Ha llegado el cargamento de materias primas de Tumbas Esmeralda, ok.
How is Baron Edward?
Cold, I imagine.
Why? If the red lyrium continues to grow, the cold will be the least of his problems.
Ok, un minuto. Esperemos este minuto tranquilamente. Ay, ignoro cómo es que la armadura de Samson lo ha matado. Ok. Ay, nomás milando. Dagna ha remitido todo lo que ha descubierto de la extraña armadura de Samson. Me desconcierta lo feliz que está por su descubrimiento, pero la información que me ha proporcionado puede ser de un valor incalculable. Deberíamos hablar en cuanto os sea posible, Inquisidora. Con él. Oh. Bueno, voy. Cabrón, tú nada más quieres hablar. Ya, dame la misión, ponla ahí en la mesa y pon un reporte ya. Tiene juntitis este idiota. Ya me está cayendo muy mal. Me hace ir y venir, ir y venir. Ya, Colin. Ya basta, dude. ¿Qué quieres?
No red lyrium, no allies, and soon Samson will have no armor, I hope.
You hope?
Dagna's started work on her red lyrium samples, but she needs more details on the armor. We found orders in the mine. They mention Maddox, a name I did not expect to hear.
Samson's letter said something about taking over as the vessel.
Perhaps it's a rank among the Red Templars. It could be a title from ancient Tevinter. Or it's some other role Corypheus has planned for Samson, and Maddox is part of it.
Did he serve with you and Samson in Kirkwall?
Maddox was a mage in Kirkwall's circle. Samson smuggled letters between him and his sweetheart. Eventually, Samson was caught. That's why he was cast out of the Order. Maddox was made tranquil and became a skilled craftsman of magical items. Samson must have rescued him.
I can't believe they made a man tranquil over a few love letters.
The official charge was corrupting the moral integrity of a Templar. Knight Commander Meredith wielded the brand for far lesser offenses, believe me.
Why would Maddox need saving?
When the mages rebelled in Kirkwall, the worst battles took place at the gallows in the circle itself. I thought Maddox had died in the fighting, or was eking out a living on the streets. A hard fate for a tranquil in Kirkwall. Samson must have found him, taken him in.
Having an inside man among Samson's forces would be invaluable, if we could convince him.
I couldn't say. I've lived around Tranquil most of my life, and I've never understood them. It seems Maddox built Samson's armor for him, and maintains it still. Tranquil and Kirkwall needed rare and expensive supplies for their enchantments. Supplies we can trace. I can have our men kick down some doors, Inquisitor. Samson's armor might lead us right to his stronghold.
Ok, a ver. Vamos de regreso a la misión. Esto está siendo muy cansado, Colin. Si esta no es su última misión, dejaré a Samson libre. No, no es cierto, pero... ir y venir. Localizar a Samson. Utilizando a Maddox como pista. Ok. Colin ha empezado a rastrear a todo el que proporcione el equipo y los materiales de Maddox puedan necesitar para la armadura de Samson.
And his assistance has been valuable. Hard to believe he was disgraced at all.
The situation was complicated.
Lirios, reactivos, herramientas enanas y demás. Colin está disponiendo patrullas por puentes y carreteras en busca de cualquier señal de la fuerza que está comprando equipo y trasladándolo. No sé qué decía. Vamos a poner que sí, ya.
Your worship.
Ok, dice, ajá. Ajá. Vaya faena. Ok. Pues vamos a hacer esta de aquí. Vaya faena. Ajá. horrible esta imagen. Pero bueno. Inscripción del templo de Oasis, escrito bajo la imagen del antiguo, pero solo puedes traducirlo. Orgullo en nuestros logros y en nuestro corazón. Ese mismo orgullo se hizo una palabra que significa corrupto. En interior quiso reclamar, privado de favores, fue atado, oculto a los ojos mortales. ¿Cómo vas a reportar algo, hija? Sí. Voy llegando. Ah, no, Barrick. Nothing to report, sir. Vale. El carnero. Cordero de Dios. Vaya faena, entra en Valamar. Okay. Yeah.
Finally. I started to think you weren't coming.
Nobody said you had to hang out in the creepy cave while you waited.
Well, I did wait, so let's make this quick. These idiots are carrying the red lyrium out in unprotected containers. We don't want to stick around long enough for it to start talking to us.
Why would the containers need to be protected?
Lyrium is incredibly dangerous in its raw form. It can poison or kill dwarves, and we're resistant to it. Sometimes it just explodes. No warning.
Basically, only crazy people mine lyrium.
The mining cast doesn't just sling it into a bucket. It's carried in special containers that keep it under control. And that's normal lyrium. The red stuff is worse. I wouldn't be surprised if most of their miners die just digging it up.
You seem to know more about the effects of red lyrium than most.
Varric told me plenty about what it did to him. And his brother.
How did you find this operation in the first place? There must be hundreds of Deep Road's entrances.
I've used this entrance in the past. Varric's not the only surface dwarf to explore the deep roads. Oh, I've got to admit, I was pretty surprised when I came here and found it full of humans.
We'd better get to work.
Sounds good to me.
Ok, es una arquera. Última vez que vine no vi a Lirio. Yo le iba a atacar. Déjenme pasar.
So this is what you do now?
Beg pardon?
Skulking around in caves, shooting guys? Is this your day-to-day?
I usually try to avoid the caves.
Ok, como que se reabastecieron todos y todos igual que antes.
You had me worried, you know.
What did I do now?
That letter you sent me about the Red Lyrium was the first I'd heard from you since the Chantry explosion.
Had it been that long?
Seriously, if you died in that mess, I'd have come back to Kirkwall and dug you up just to kick your ass.
What would you do if I'd been cremated?
Kick your ashes, of course.
Okay.
I built these doors. They probably shut this one from the other side when they heard the ruckus we were making. Ta-da!
You've been here often enough to renovate the cave.
You already know I've used this entrance in the past. I don't know if Eric's told you, but the Merchants Guild is cutthroat. Literally. I built the doors to keep rivals from following me down here and arranging accidents.
Admit it. You've been waiting to do that since we arrived.
Of course I was. After you.
¿Qué es esto?
What's his name?
Bogdan? He's in Navarra right now, selling my machine to wealthy landowners.
I heard some of the guild were trying to get you named a paragon for that contraption.
That's not gonna happen, even if I am 10 times the Smith Bronca ever was. A surfacer paragon? Never.
Súbele.
This is almost fun. Kinda like old times.
I don't recall us ever shooting people together.
Remember crashing Bartram's guild dinner? We might as well have shot him.
This isn't nearly as dangerous as pissing off my brother.
No, no me traiciones, me caes bien, Bianca. La llave de los caminos de las profundidades.
There you are. I won't be able to use this entrance again.
Bianca.
You were the one who leaked the Tig's location.
It's not like that. Not entirely. Shit. When I got the location, I went and had a look for myself. And I found the red lyrium, and I studied it.
You know what it does to people.
I was doing you a favor. You want to know how this stuff works just as much as I do. I just wanted to figure it out.
Did you figure it out?
Actually, yes. I found out that red lyrium... It has the blight, Varric. Do you know what that means?
What? The two deadly things combined to form something super awful?
Lyrium is alive, or something like it. Blight doesn't infect minerals, only animals. I couldn't get any further on my own, so I looked for a Grey Warden mage. Blight and magical expertise in one, right? And I found this guy, Larius. He seemed really interested in helping my research. So I gave him a key.
Larius? He was the Grey Warden we met in Corypheus's... Oh, shit. I knew something seemed off.
I didn't realize until you said you found red lyrium at Haven. I came here and, well, then I went to you.
That name means something to you, Varric?
He was at the Grey Warden prison where we found Corypheus. And he definitely wasn't a mage before.
You had to know we'd figure out what happened, Bianca. Why did you insist on coming with us?
Varric told me what people were doing with the red lyrium. I had to help make this right.
You couldn't have known what would happen.
Mafarath's balls, she couldn't. I told her exactly how bad this shit was. I told her to keep away from it.
I know I screwed up, but we did fix it. It's as right as I can make it.
This isn't one of your machines. You can't just replace a part and make everything right.
No, but I can try, can't I? Or am I supposed to wallow in my mistakes forever, kicking myself? Telling stories of what I should have done?
Ha! As if I would tell stories about my own mistakes.
Oh, for pity's sake, would you two just get a room?
Sorry, Inquisitor. We've done all we can here. Bianca, you'd better get home before someone misses you.
Varric.
Don't worry about it.
Get him killed, and I'll feed you your own eyeballs, Inquisitor.
Ahí. Sí está ahí. Vamos a ver.
Steal the tunnel before the Darkspawn join us.
O sea que ese dude es Courageous. Ok. ¿Quién será Courageous? O sea, lo raro es que sí lo matas. O sea, en el 2 sí lo matas. Más de 120 horas y aún no sé quién es el malo. O sea, su verdadera identidad. Intentaré una vez más esto, lo de las... A ver si me dan una semilla. No. ¿Por qué no me dan la... Pues no hay nada más. Ahí hay alguien. Ajá. Es ella, él. ¿Qué vemos allá?
Herr Oswin, odd that the trail should lead us here. Ban Loren is a pious, unassuming man. What has he become involved in?
He might simply be a victim as well.
Let's see what lies within.
Okay. Let's see. Hoja Sayadapolari. Ole.
Promises. I should have known. The Order of Fiery Promise is a cult with strange beliefs about the Seekers. They've hounded us for centuries.
What kind of strange beliefs?
They believe they are Seekers, the only rightful ones. They say we robbed their powers long ago, preventing them from ending the world.
Ending the world?
The only way to truly eradicate evil in their eyes, the world will be reborn a paradise. It's all nonsense.
Why haven't the Seekers dealt with them?
We have, many times. They simply reappear after a time like weeds. Nobody knows how.
Is it possible to negotiate with them?
They're fanatics, drunk on whatever forbidden magic they can find to make themselves true Seekers. This explains why the Seekers might be here, but not the connection to Corypheus. Did they torture him to death? The Promisers will pay for this. As the Seekers of Truth have proven resistant to the effects of Red Lyrium, the Elder One has seen fit to place them in your care. Reclaim your destiny, and know that the Elder One expects your devotion as repayment. Signed by Lord Samson, Commander of the Red Templars. Does Corypheus not realize the promises want the world to end? What use are they to him?
So Corypheus sold the Seekers to these cultists.
And they leapt at the chance, of course. But this doesn't explain how he captured the Seekers in the first place, or what's been done with them. We must keep looking.
The letter said Seekers were resistant to Red Lyrium.
Our abilities grant us many gifts, but a resistance to Red Lyrium's corruption? That seems strange. Although it would explain why none have numbered among the Red Templars. And thus Seekers would be useless to Corypheus. He would have no leash to hold us.
We'll find them, Cassandra.
I know we will. One way or another.
El sello del gigante. Tut, 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 tut. Armadura pesada de guarda. Esta fortaleza también es muy defendible, entonces... Dice la orden del juramento ardiente. Pensemos en el tiempo en que apareció la Inquisición original. La primera ruina había devastado el mundo entero y desmembró el poderoso imperio de Tevinter sin dejar nada en su lugar. De igual modo que había varios cultos a Andraste pugnando por convertirse en los verdaderos herederos de la fe de la profetisa. También había más de un grupo que decía ser el único camino posible para liberar el mundo del caos. La orden del juramento ardiente fue uno de ellos. Un grupo de hombres y mujeres que no solo afirmaba que se acercaba el fin del mundo, sino que además era algo necesario. Tedas debía purificarse con fuego y renacer como un paraíso. Esto es lo que juraron solemnemente y se consagraron por completo a ello. No se sabe muy bien ¿Por qué se retiraron cuando estaban tan cerca de cumplir su objetivo? Lo cierto es que la Inquisición acabó por aplastar a estos juramentados durante una batalla que consta solo como la purificación de Charneu. La secta volvió a aparecer a principios de la Era Divina, diciendo ser la heredera de la Inquisición después de que ésta se hubiera transformado en los buscadores de la verdad, lo cual supuso que las persecuciones de la capilla no hubieran erradicados de nuevo a los juramentados hasta la Era Exaltada, en busca del saber de viajes de un erudito de la capilla del hermano Gentili. Órale. ¿Esto es un nuevo trono o qué? Ámbar de cadena. ¿Cómo seguía? ¿Pero andaste? Pero este está Meredith, ¿no? Oh no, aquí hay lirio. Tut, tut, tut. Escudo de buscador. Shields of the Sika. Ahora vamos a ver esto. Nada más. Okay.
Daniel! Daniel! Can you hear me?
Cassandra. It is you. You're alive.
As are you. I'm so glad I found you.
No, they put a demon inside me. It's tearing me up.
What? You can't be possessed. That's impossible.
I'm not possessed. They fed me things. I can feel it growing.
Can we do anything?
I don't know. This thing inside him.
The Lord Seeker. You have to find him.
Of course we'll find him. If he lives, we'll...
Lucius betrayed us, Cassandra. He sent us here, one by one. An important mission, he said. Lies! He was here with them all along. He's still working with them.
But we met Lord Seeker Lucius in Val Royeaux. He couldn't have been here.
That wasn't him. It was a demon, masquerading.
What? How could that be?
The Lord Seeker allowed it. He let the demon take command while he...
Came here.
Cassandra.
Now is not the time for sympathy.
Wait! Don't leave me like this, please.
You should have come with me. You didn't believe in the war any more than I did.
You know me. I wanted that promotion.
Go to the Maker's side, Daniel. You will be welcome. was my apprentice. I have never known a finer young man. Now we find Lord Seeker Lucius.
Vean esto. Esto es un Krogan. O sea, que aquí lo que indica es que no solo el mundo está conectado, los creadores han aceptado que tanto Mass Effect como Dragon Age pertenecen al mismo universo. Tal vez no a la misma temporalidad, pero sí al mismo universo. Y tiene mucho sentido. O sea, el tema de los cinéticos y todo eso es parte de... Pero vean, o sea, esto quiere decir que un Krogan vino a este mundo. Increíble. O sea que en este mundo hay más mundos con humanos, no solamente la Tierra. O quizás esto es la Tierra antes de que se transformara. Y nosotros somos la primera raza o el petróleo. Cuando hablo de nosotros es nosotros, estos monos, nosotros los Barricks y los Olas y así. Y algo pasó que destruyó todo el mundo. Listo. Esta es una de las misiones como mejor preparadas, o sea, no como la de Cole, por ejemplo, que ya la pasamos así de, sí, estaba ya, ajá. Ajá, Minecraft. Si alguien no entiende eso, busquen el video del rap de Minecraft y entenderán por qué un chavito mexicano ya creció, hasta está el aftermath de las cosas, cuando él explica qué hizo, por qué hizo lo que hizo.
Lord Seeker Lucius.
Cassandra, with a woman I can only assume is the new Inquisitor.
You must be very proud of your handiwork.
I presume you know we Seekers of Truth were once the original Inquisition. Oh yes. We fought to restore order in a time of madness long ago, as you do now. And we became proud. We sought to remake the world, to make it better. But what did we create? The Chantry, the Circles of Magi. A war that will see no end.
And aiding Corypheus is supposed to help?
Corypheus is a monster with limited ambition.
And your ambition is so much greater.
We Seekers are abominations, Cassandra. We created a decaying world and fought to preserve it even as it crumbled. We had to be stopped. You don't believe me? See for yourself. The secrets of our order passed to me after the former Lord Seeker was slain. The war with the mages had already begun, but it was not too late for me to do the right thing.
And this was the right thing?
Lord Seeker, what you've done.
I know. What Corypheus did with the Templars does not matter. I have seen the future. I have created a new order to replace the old. The world will end so we can start anew. A pure beginning. Join us, Cassandra. It is the Maker's will.
He was insane. He had to be. The influence of Corypheus, perhaps? Was he trying to disable the Seekers?
All these wasted lives.
He could not have destroyed all of us. I won't accept it. Let us return to Skyhold. I wish to see what's in this book of secrets.
Déjenme buscar otra cosa. Es una gran fortaleza, ¿no? Enorme. Aquí dice templo perdido de Dirtamen. Con una de Sulafin. Ok, vamos entonces a Skyhold. Again. Ha pasado tanto tiempo. He pedido amnesia. Ahora vamos primero a hablar con Barry detrás. Pero antes de hablar con Barry vamos a acabar esta misión.
Master Solus thanks you for clearing up the matter with Lady Varys.
He is too kind. It is only his tact that kept it from escalating beyond a muttered apostate and a flung wine glass.
Hemos seguido los restantes templarios rojos de Samson que escoltan una caravana de suministros hasta un lugar escondido en la zona agreste. Podría tratarse del cuartel general, espero verificarlo en un rato. Ya he empezado a preparar un escuadrón de soldados para que nos acompañen. Permíteme que os informe en persona cuando os lo permita. Nuestros deberes, comandante Colin. Me cago en ti, Colin. Por eso vienen para acá.
I'm glad to have answers, but... shit. The second she showed up here, I knew. I let this mess happen. I gave her the Tig. I am not good at dealing with shit like this.
I don't think anyone is equipped any better than you are.
No, the point is, I don't deal with things. If Cassandra hadn't dragged me here, I'd be in Kirkwall right now pretending none of this was happening.
You know that's not true. You've worked as hard as any of us to stop Corypheus.
Is that true? I don't even know anymore. Thank you for your help back there.
After all this, do you think you'll see Bianca again?
I always do.
Ahorita vuelvo a hablar con él. Nada más, antes de que se me olvide, quiero ir a dejar esto. Ok.
There you are. I've been looking all over for you. You're just in time. We almost had to start without you.
We couldn't have that, could we?
I found her, Ruffles. Deal her in.
I do hope I recall the rules. It's been ages since I've played a game of Wicked Grace.
Grab a seat. We're ready to start.
Are we playing cards or what?
Are 3 drakes better than a pair of swords? Ugh, I can never remember.
Seeker, remember how I said, don't show anyone your hand? That rule includes announcing it to the table.
There's a crown on his head, but a sword too. His head didn't want either.
Don't talk to the face cards, kid.
You seem to have enough people. I have 1,000 things to do. Losing money can be both relaxing and habit-forming. Give it a try.
Curly, if any man in history ever needed a hobby, it's you.
Dealer starts. Oh, I believe I'll start at... Oh, 3 coppers. Do you think that's too daring? Maybe I'll make it 1. No. Boldness. 3 it is.
Seriously, who starts at 3 coppers? Silver or go home?
Sounds good. I'm in.
Bolder the better, right? I'm in.
Me too. Well, are you in?
I'm in, and raising another silver.
You haven't even looked at your cards.
Our illustrious leader is betting we're bluffing.
You are bluffing.
The poor recruit ran out into the dining hall in nothing but his knickers. And this profound silence fell over the hall as 70 mages and 30 Templars all turned to stare at once. Then, a slow round of applause began and spread until every soul was on their feet. A standing ovation.
What did he do?
Saluted, turned on his heel, and marched out like he was in full armor.
He did not.
Good man.
You're shitting us.
That's how you know it's true. I could never put that in a book. Too unlikely.
I've got one for you. Firstly, my aunt is known across the Free Marches for her love of Antivan opera. So, of course, when a performance of The Murder of Queen Madrigal opened, she made us all attend. My aunt refused to speak to me for 3 months.
Not bad. You don't mind if I steal that one, do you?
Well done. You ought to tell stories more often.
I like the part with the rabbit. There should be more rabbits in stories.
That was scandalous. It would ruin the Inquisition if anyone found out. Tell it again. And the dealer takes everything. I win again.
Deal again. I figured out your tells, Lady Ambassador.
Commander, everyone knows a lady has no tells.
Then let's see if your good fortune lasts one more hand.
I want another chance to win my dignity back. Deal me in.
¿Por qué ese güey está en un banquito?
Don't say a word, dwarf.
I tried to warn you, Curly.
Never bet against an Antivan, Commander.
I'm leaving. I don't want to witness our commander's walk of shame back to the barracks.
Well, I do. It comes off. I didn't know it came off.
I'm glad you decided to join us tonight. It's too easy to mistake you for the Inquisitor.
You're mistaking me for me. How much did you have to drink?
It's easy to forget you're not just an icon or symbol. Like those statues of Andraste holding bowls of fire. At least it is for me. You up for another game when this is all over, Inquisitor?
I wouldn't miss it.
Good. It'll take me a while to talk Cullen into it. Maybe I'll work the revenge angle.
Who's that? Did I win?
Ah, de veras estaba ella ahí.
If you've got questions, I'm your dwarf.
Tell me more about Bianca.
I'm not making any promises here. Ask.
What makes the Merchants Guild such a danger to her?
Well, to be fair, it's more of a danger to me. Technically, we're not supposed to be within 300 leagues of one another. If it got back to the guild that we were seen together, they'd freeze my assets and then have me killed. Maybe not in that order.
What in the world did you do to cause that?
We almost started a clan war. Does it matter? I can't change it now.
How do you know Bianca? The lady, I mean, not the crossbow?
I met her years ago when she still lived in Kirkwall, and I was looking for someone with, mechanical skills. Bianca is, beyond a doubt, the most brilliant smith you'll ever meet. I haven't seen her since she got married and moved to Orlais.
Bianca is married. Somehow I thought the two of you had a history.
Bianca's family are Kalnas. Surface dwarves, so conservative they don't take a piss without asking the ancestors first. They picked out a smith caste boy for her. Wealthy, respected, has a great anvil collection. The perfect husband. I heard the wedding was lovely. The one Bianca actually showed up for, anyway.
All right, tell me the truth. Bianca made your crossbow, didn't she? I mean, it has her name.
It's not that simple. The Carta thinks my Bianca was a freak success by a Carta inventor who could never duplicate it. If they thought anyone else was involved, someone who could make one work, things would be bad. So, I really can't tell the story. I don't want any more blood on my hands.
So how long have the two of you been together?
Well, if you want to split hairs, we're not. Usually there's a continent between us at all times. We write letters. Now and then we manage to meet up. I don't know if that's together. Shit, it's been what, 15 years? Great. Now I feel old. Thanks.
I guess that's it for now.
Sure. I'll be here. Something you wanted to talk about? That's a pretty common reaction.
What have you found?
We have him, Inquisitor. We found Samson's lair. My duties usually keep me here, but for Samson, I'll make an exception.
I'm looking forward to fighting by your side, Commander.
Likewise, Inquisitor. We'll depart at your leave.
Ok, esto va a tardar un poco.
This tome has passed from Lord Seeker to Lord Seeker since the time of the Old Inquisition. And now it falls to me.
Are you all right? You look drained.
Do you know what the Rite of Tranquility is? The last resort used on mages in the Circle, leaving them unable to cast, but depriving them of dreams and all emotion. It should only be used on those who cannot control their abilities, but that has not always been the case.
Does the book say it was used for other things?
No. As a Seeker, I looked into abuses. Mages made Tranquil as punishment. What finally began the Mage Rebellion was the discovery the Rite of Tranquility could be reversed. The Lord Seeker at the time covered it up, harshly. There were deaths. It was dangerous knowledge, the shock of its discovery in addition to what happened in Kirkwall. But it appears we've always known how to reverse the rite, from the beginning.
So the rebellion could have been prevented.
Perhaps, but it was a long time coming, for many reasons. We created the Rite of Tranquility. I told you of my vigil, the months I spent emptying myself of all emotion. I was made tranquil, and didn't even know. Then the vigil summoned the spirit of faith to touch my mind. That broke tranquility, and gave me my abilities. The Seekers did not share that secret. Not with me, not with the Chantry, not even with... There's more. Lucius was not wrong about the Order. I thought to rebuild the Seekers once victory was ours. Now I'm not certain it deserves to be rebuilt.
You said there was more in the book.
At some point, power becomes its own master. We cast aside ideals in favor of expedience, and tell ourselves it was all necessary for the people. Will that happen to us, Inquisitor? Will we repeat history?
I can't foresee the future, Cassandra.
But we know the past. Those who do not heed history are doomed to repeat it.
I don't think I've ever seen you so shaken.
I do not think the Seekers have been doing the Maker's work. Not truly. Perhaps we believed it once. The original Inquisition came to be during a terrible time. But now, we harbored secrets and let them fester. We acted to survive, but not to serve. That is not the Maker's work.
If you did rebuild the Seekers, how would you do it?
I can't be the only one remaining. We will always spread to the winds, and some may still be out there. I would find them one by one. We would all read this book, no more secrets. Then together we would establish a new charter. The Maker's work in truth.
You keep saying that, but what is the Maker's work?
There is no way to know for certain. That is why we must seek it out. Perhaps we lost our way because we stopped looking.
Rebuild the Seekers. Make them better than they were.
Thank you. I could not have done this on my own.
Oh, no más. Ritual de tranquilo, entonces.
I trust all is well.
I want to talk to you about the cure for tranquility.
It's not a cure. Not truly. Mages who were once tranquil lose all control over their emotions. They become irrational, unable to focus. Perhaps that state eventually passes and they can be helped, but it will take time to investigate.
There are so many Tranquil. They deserve a chance to heal.
I would not want news of a cure to spread until we know for certain we can help these people. Once we have that, however, then I will spread the word myself.
Do you have any advice for me?
We must root out the Red Templars. They form the bulk of Corypheus's forces.
Do you have any advice?
Watch the new recruits. Lilianus's spies are inevitable, and I agree.
Do you have any advice for me?
You know what you need to do, Inquisitor.
Find space. It will need frequent
Ok. ¿Cuál falta? El amanecer. Ok, viaja. Ojos crueles. Caminos de Michoacán. Esta cosa, que sí la voy a hacer. Y la jaula. Ah, sí, antes de esto, vamos a... Ok. Arma Kunari que llevaba a Vidatis, un célebre reductora de las nuevas gloriosas marchas que, según se dice, aplastaba las cabezas de los caballeros capturados, afirmación que nunca se pudo demostrar. Murió en batalla de Afasana en el 775 de la tormenta y su masa quedó en manos del caballero recieno que la mató. Perdón, que me dio comezón el oído.
Before it's like this.
Oh, ok, ¿cuál es? My brother Dumat, a powerful warrior in life. Okay.
This is it. The heart of Samson's command.
I don't see him anywhere, or hear him.
Nor I. Maker, tell me he hasn't fled. Samson must have ordered his Templars to sack his headquarters so we couldn't.
I don't see him. He may have fled.
I think you're right. Still, we've dealt Samson a blow.
They're here!
Ok, aquí no hay nada. Pero Maddox puede que esté aquí, ¿no? ¿Cómo se llamaba? Ah, sí, es él.
Hello, Inquisitor.
You know me?
It's Maddox, Samson's tranquil. Something's wrong. I'll send for the healers.
That would be a waste, Knight Captain Cullen. I drank my entire supply of Blightcap essence. It won't be long now.
How are you so familiar with us?
Samson spoke of you. He has been troubled by your pursuit. I destroyed the camp with fire. We all agreed it was best. Our deaths ensured Samson had time to escape.
You threw your lives away? For Samson? Why?
Samson saved me even before he needed me. He gave me purpose again. I wanted to help.
We should check the camp. Maddox may have missed something.
Let's look around.
Dismal place to die. It can't have been much of a place to live either under Samson's command.
What else do you remember about Samson, the man he used to be?
Does it matter? He used to be kind, only carries so far. Yet Maddox died to help him escape. Samson does command loyalty.
Is there anything in the camp that could help, or point us to Samson?
It's hard to tell. All I see is smoke and ash. If this is Samson's idea of remaking the world, I prefer yours.
We can't leave Maddox here. He should be properly laid to rest.
I'll have someone take care of it. If even Samson did his best for Maddox, we can do no less.
I'll keep looking around.
Lyrium bottles, licked clean.
Desperate, digging. It doesn't sing as loudly, so he needs more.
How much red lyrium is Samson taking? His resistance must be extraordinary. Samson left a message. For me.
What does it say?
Drink enough lyrium and its song reveals the truth. Yes, Inquisitor?
I'll keep looking around.
Creo que la regué. My brother Dumat, a powerful warrior in life.
Lyrium bottles, licked clean.
Desperate, digging. It doesn't sing as loudly, so he needs more.
How much red lyrium is Samson taking? His resistance must be extraordinary. Yes, Inquisitor?
I'll keep looking around.
Samson left a message. For me.
What does it say?
Drink enough lyrium and its song reveals the truth. Chantry used us, you're fighting the wrong battle. Corypheus chose me as his general and his vessel of power. Now there's such nonsense. Does he think I'll understand? What does he know?
This must have been Maddox's room.
Couldn't destroy these entirely, whatever they are.
Those are lyrium forging implements, of remarkable design. Intact, they'd be worth a fortune.
Tranquil often design their own tools. Agnes should be able to make them. If Maddox used these to make Samson's armor, she could use them to unmake it. We have him. Yes, Inquisitor?
I'll keep looking around.
Red Templars.
Controlled space. Helpful.
Worship.
Ok, hay mucha gente aquí.
The Red Lyrium deposits are being destroyed, and we've cut the Red Templars down to the core. It's a pity Maddox thought his sacrifice was the only answer. But that leaves Samson with a severely curtailed army, and enchanted armor he can't maintain. You did it.
I'll celebrate when I see Samson brought to justice.
We're getting recruits by the hour. There's more than a few ex-Templars among them. We've struck a blow and given people hope. This is a true victory.
Inquisitor, I finished it. Are you talking? Sorry. Have it anyhow.
You mean this rune?
It's not just any rune. I made it with red lyrium and what's left of poor Maddox's tools. The rune acts on the median fissures of lyrium to... It'll destroy Samson's armor. He'll be powerless.
We'll cut Corypheus off from his most powerful officer.
Maddox covered Samson's tracks thoroughly. But wherever Samson's retreated, we'll find him. Your army stands ready, Inquisitor. For Samson, for Corypheus, for whatever you command.
Worship.
I am Groot.
Serve the Lord who loaded his catapults with anvils. Point made.
Ah, pensé que era un... Ok, ya por fin. Oh, por eso, a ver.
Your worship.
Ok, a ver, ¿qué pasó aquí? Nuestros soldados informan que cruzaron el túnel sin incidentes y sorprendieron un campamento venatorio de tamaño considerable. Tras la batalla hubo que buscar una ruta de vuelta diferente, pues el túnel se había derrumbado. Encontraron esta carta, Leilana, una carta en vitela oscura con marcas obviamente enanas. Seguís bien las instrucciones. El respeto de nuestro territorio es un primer paso. Ya veremos. Vitus Guardem Kal Sharok. Ok. Sebron es listo, pero está en inferioridad.
Let's see what we have.
Okay.
Let us begin.
All right.
Ok, módulo apuntado 3. Vamos a ver si le sube más a Barry. Puta madre. Ir y venir, ir y venir. Este es el juego. La verdad es que sí es bastante largo, bastante largo. Tanto como The Witcher.
Where's my other hand? Right there.
Ok, ahora el diario. Desastre. Ojos crueles. Espalda helada. cruces de Hakon, los caminos de la vida. Ok, vamos a llevar al mejor equipo disponible. Son los deep roads, entonces maldita sea, no sé qué hacer. Si llevar a este o este. No, llevaré a Blackpool. ¿Sabes qué? Según yo, no sé, vamos a ir por acá. Nos subimos por ese río. Ok, no sé por qué me empezó a atacar. Ese dude. Pues ya trae el cuero, el chamacuero. Así me quedé en un... Hay un hotelito en el pueblito de Concordia, cerca de San Miguel de Allende, en México. Se llama Concordia. Y el mejor hotel fue el Chamacuero. Así se llama, Chamacuero. Y la verdad es que gran hotel, ese día lo renté todo. Renté todo un hotel. Y para quien tenga curiosidad, porque está baratísimo. Es estúpidamente barato, o sea, no tiene ni idea de lo barato. Deep roads. Duro de alta ciudad.
Inquisitor, the workers are almost done building a lift to the deep roads. No darkspawn trouble yet, but the earthquakes have been brutal.
I was told to meet a Shaper Volta.
She's waiting below. You won't see an Orzammar dwarf on the surface. They have rules about that.
How many quakes have there been since you arrived?
At least 3 big rumblers. And the aftershocks are nothing to sneeze at. My feet miss solid ground.
Josephine's report mentioned several lyrium mines were damaged by the quakes.
You'll see what's left of this one on your way down. From what I hear, the other mines are barely holding together.
So you haven't seen any darkspawn up here?
I sharpened my arrows just in case, but they never showed. I'm okay with that.
What if another earthquake seals us in?
If that happens, I'll dig you out myself. The lift's ready for you. Try not to shift around, and keep back from the edge. It's a long way down.
Lowered into a hole. What an auspicious start.
We've been in worse places. Perhaps you have, my dear.
We should be wary of raw lyrium.
I'm more worried about finding Darkspawn.
Neither is a pleasing prospect.
Always wondered if I'd die down here.
You're not dead yet.
The day's just starting.
Your names will not be forgotten.
You must be Shaper Volta.
A trust Valar, Inquisitor. The Shaper it welcomes you to the Deep Roads.
You look as though you're hiding from something.
As a citizen of Orzammar, even a glimpse of your sky could cost me my position and render me castless.
What does a Shaper do exactly?
We chronicle the life and times of our people.
You're historians.
Also scholars and genealogists. Shapers preserve knowledge in the memories, an archive in Orzammar. We record memories in Lyrium to ensure they never fade. We must be meticulous in every detail.
A difficult task.
How many dwarves have you lost?
More than we can count. The mining caste has suffered greatly. Our situation has worsened since we contacted Skyhold. The quakes collapsed this mine and shattered a seal, keeping the Darkspawn at bay. The Legion of the Dead hasn't been able to mend the broken seal, and we can't afford to lose any more lyrium.
I've read about the Legion of the Dead. Dwarves who fight Darkspawn in service to Orzammar. They commit their lives to the cause and celebrate their own funerals before entering the Deep Roads.
No matter their sins in life, the Legion die noble deaths.
What will happen if we lose more lyrium mines?
The surface needs lyrium for all sorts of magic. The Inquisition more than most, I understand. And Orzammar's economy relies on the lyrium trade. Without it, there will be chaos above and below.
Orzammar deals with Darkspawn all the time. Why request the Inquisition's help?
The Legion isn't prepared for this level of disaster. And the Grey Wardens haven't answered our calls for aid. Any threat to the flow of lyrium requires immediate response. The Inquisition is the only force we can rely upon.
The Inquisition stands ready to aid Orzammar. Without a steady lyrium supply, things on the surface will get even worse.
Apologies for pushing you.
Aren't you a polite thing?
I fear the damage that tremor caused. Follow me to the Legion camp.
Una carta sin enviar del minero Lord Gavorn. Debo recordaros que la casta de los mineros es de gran importancia para Orzammar, pero parece ser que ni los antepasados recuerdan cuándo fue la última vez que visitasteis las memorias. El comercio del lirio es el único motivo por el que nuestro reino sigue en pie. Es lo que mantiene llenos los cofres del rey para que pueda tomar parte en las guerricillas o en las negociaciones que sea que tienen lugar en la superficie. Pero el lirio es tan peligroso como provechoso. Cuando os escribo diciendo que los terremotos están amenazando nuestras minas más lucrativas, espero una respuesta más rápida. Aquí se está cociendo algo que no es natural. Las ratas de los pozos salen de los agujeros cantando tonterías. Hasta mi propio equipo, hombres y mujeres con los que llevo trabajando desde niño, dicen haber oído algo entre los temblores. No importa qué o quién nos enviéis para ayudarnos, pero hacedlo y rápido. El minero Ordel.
Keep eyes open. These roads are dangerous.
Ah, cabrón. Fisura en la costa de la tormenta, a los pies de las crestas son visibles partes de los caminos de las profundidades. Hay historia en la piedra que ha partido los terremotos y para los que no anden con cuidado una caída especialmente peligrosa. Ah, cabrón. Ok, creo que lo mejor. Yo, bro.
An ogre! Stay clear of its reach!
It's not focused on us! Now's the time to attack! I lost you, I'd never make it out of the deep roads. I'm sure you would find a way.
If the ogre reached this point, the Legion must be overwhelmed. Let us hurry.
Vamos, vamos.
I will never get used to the stench of Darkspawn. They corrupt everything, even the air. That's the broken seal ahead. It is worse than I thought.
Get those charges to the tunnels!
Otro. ¿Qué es eso?
Someone prime the sonic fuses!
We can't lose this position! Hurry!
Can't set the charges with those bastards breathing down our necks!
Clear out the Darkspawn!
that is. Keep it up!
Cuando todo está en calma, queridísima, y llora. Okay, permítanme, estoy comiendo algo. Esto nunca llegará hasta ti, ninguna de mis cartas lo hará. Pero escribir me ayuda a afrontar que he entrado en la Legión. Pese a toda la muerte que ya he visto, aquí abajo también hay maravillas, ojalá pudieras verlas. Cuando todo esté en calma, se ven atisbos de lo que una vez fuera los caminos de las profundidades. Ahora mismo estoy bajo la estatua destrozada de un paragón. Le he preguntado a Ansa si sabría quién es, pero tiene la cara desfigurada. Me gustaría pensar que se trata de Eden, martillo de piedra, o de Morok, el mazo, aunque sé que Astrid, la gris, es tu favorita. En Cazar nunca me importó la historia. ¿Recuerdas al viejo Ostek gritando acerca de la antigua gloria de Orzammar? Nombrando Tykes que nunca había visitado, a personas sobre las que él solo había leído. Me reía de él. Pero estar aquí abajo, ver lo que hemos perdido, esto no son solo caminos, y ahora comunicaban nuestro imperio, permitían que nuestra cultura floreciera, la roca nos aceptaba y vivíamos, nos movíamos con ella. Ahora nos enfrentamos a ella como si nos estuviésemos ahogando. Perdóname, todas mis cartas terminan igual. Legionario Greg. Ah, no, qué mal plan. Ok, ¿qué es esto? Huesos de dragón, escamas de dragón. Vale.
Inquisitor, meet Lieutenant Wren, a veteran of the 5th Flight and one of the Legion's finest commanders.
Someone paid her to say that. Appreciate the help, Inquisitor. Collapsing that seal bought us time. Blighters had the run of these tunnels for days. Now they have a roadblock.
How many deep roads are there? How deep do they go?
They'll take you from one side of Thedas to the other, if you have a death wish.
The roads once connected dwarven cities that were hundreds of miles apart. Then came the Darkspawn, Ren and I have been exploring this region, reclaiming it, but the work is slow.
Mark the map, fight an army. Mark the map, fall in a hole. And so on.
I get the impression you two have known each other a while.
Yeah. The Shaper had sent her to dig up some relics. Asked me to keep her out of trouble. That was 3 years ago.
You can quit any time.
Not when we still have things to fight about.
The Legion of the Dead has the Inquisition's full support.
That's the best news I've heard since the Quakes began. Actually, the only good news.
Take cover!
You heard that, yes? The rhythm in the tremors? It's clearer, stronger, more insistent.
I hear it. Doesn't prove a thing.
These quakes are not a natural disaster. They're deliberate. There's an intelligence behind them.
How could an earthquake be caused deliberately?
We get plenty of natural tremors down here. These are different. She thinks she knows why.
I found an ancient text during an expedition with Ren last year. At the time, it was just a curiosity. But now... The text describes giant creatures, called Titans, living deep underground. They sing in the stone, shaping it. When these quakes began, I believe we heard that rhythm. I believe a Titan is causing all this destruction.
Okay.
Mysterious songs often lure people to their deaths, or to an archdemon.
This rhythm isn't a song, exactly. It sounds like air flowing through lungs.
Air that can collapse a whole mine.
Whoa.
I've never heard of Titans before. What else can you tell me about them?
The text I found predated the First Blight. Its pages had mostly rotted away. And there's no mention of the Titans in Orzamar's memories.
Which tells you something.
All I heard was an earthquake. How is it you and Ren hear a rhythm?
Our people have a strong connection to the stone. We feel it in a way topsiders cannot.
Shapers have great stone sense. And Volta's better than most. She never gets lost.
You speak of the stone like it's more than walls.
The stone is eternal. She was here before us, and remains after we die.
But the stone isn't your god.
We don't worship her, but we do respect and honor her.
The stone makes us strong, and we return that strength to her when we die. It's difficult to express in words.
In my experience, no explanation is too strange to consider.
For all we know, that text you found was a bedtime story. We can't be sure until we find the source.
The rhythm I sense in the quakes is emanating from somewhere far below. The stone will lead us there.
And if it comes to a fight, that'll be our job. There's a lift at the side passage nearby. Ready when you are.
Mesa de expediciones de los caminos profundos. Utiliza esta mesa para completar unas operaciones únicas de la Inquisición llamadas expediciones que se dan en esta zona de los caminos de las profundidades. Las expediciones no aparecen en la mesa de guerra de Feudo Celestial. Ok. Esto es muy interesante.
So much trouble. The king involved as surfacer.
No, creo que este es el mejor grupo que puedo traer. La verdad es que está pesadísimo, ¿eh? Bueno, aquí lo dejaré de momento. En el siguiente episodio veré la expedición y todo. Tengo que hacer algunas cosas solamente.
The Inquisition is on everyone's lips. Even the Assembly has taken an interest. I'm told King Balin wished to meet you personally, but the Deshers talked him down. The earthquakes present too great a risk. When the previous king died, Orzammar nearly fell apart.
How does one become a shaper of memories?
I was born with a keen stone sense. It caught the Shaper's attention, but my passion for history earned me the title. It was never really a choice.
You seem quite excited by the idea that these titans may exist.
My connection to the stone allows me to hear it, but I can only listen. Titans can sing through the stone. It is extraordinary. We call ourselves children of the stone. What does that make the Titans?
What's life like in Orzammar?
I haven't lived in Orzammar for 3 years, but I receive updates. Is there anything in particular you'd like to know?
Do you miss living there?
I do sometimes. Particularly the easy access to a warm bath and clean clothes. But the importance of my work outweighs the comforts of the city.
How's the political climate in Orzammar?
There have been riots due to food shortages, but they will pass, I hope. I've no doubt some Deshers will try to use the situation for their own gain. But the king has a good hold over the Assembly.
What are Deshers?
Members of the Assembly, all noble-born. Through the Assembly, they govern Orzammar. The king presides over them.
A dwarf's caste seems to dictate their entire life in Orzammar.
I could bore you for hours about our society's castes and the tensions that go along with them. Simply put, citizens of Orzammar are born into a caste, and that is their lot in life. A member of the Smith caste can never join the warrior caste, and vice versa. Everything is predetermined.
There's no way for someone to change castes.
It is possible for a member of the lower caste to marry above their station, but only their children's caste will improve. Similarly, when dwarves are made casteless, so are their descendants.
A dwarf's caste seems to dictate their entire life in Orzammar.
I could simply, a member of the Smith caste can never join the warrior caste, and vice.
There's no.
It is, but only. Similarly, when dwarves are made.
That's an.
Of course. My.
Well, speaking of.
I've been meaning to ask, Inquisitor. Sky hold, how does it, well, hold in the sky? How do you keep it from floating away?
It's built into a mountain.
Held by the stone, then.
Shaper Volta said you're a veteran of the Blight.
I was a wet-nosed recruit.
But you survived.
Swing your axe long enough, you're bound to hit something.
You must have racked up a few stories.
Maybe when this is all over, I'll have the time and ale to tell them.
Most of Ren's stories end with decapitation.
I'm an efficient guy.
I'd like to know more about the Legion of the Dead.
The Legion's pretty straightforward. We keep the Darkspawn out of Orzammar, and we're sodding good at it. Becoming a Legionnaire is a lifelong oath, one that can't be broken. We celebrate our own funerals before coming to the Deep Roads. As far as our families in Orzammar are concerned, we're already dead. Hence the name.
That's quite the commitment.
It isn't a glamorous life. Every Legionnaire has their own reasons for joining. From the common criminal to the Deep Lord with illusions of grandeur. All are accepted.
What about you? Why did you join?
I had a responsibility.
A historian and a soldier. That's an unlikely friendship.
What makes you think we're friends?
The bickering.
Fair enough. Volta's got the stones of a silent sister. Doesn't mean I won't give her a hard time.
Thanks for your time.
La Inquisición, los esfuerzos de la Inquisición en los caminos de las profundidades se beneficiaron enormemente del apoyo logístico adicional que podría darles el campamento de la Legión de los Muertos. Se pueden construir más mesas de trabajo y traer intendente para ofrecer bienes básicos. Las fuerzas de la Inquisición pueden hacer avances hasta en el campamento principal de los... Las fuerzas de la Inquisición han construido más mesas de trabajo que se han asignado a un intendente de campamento.
So it's true. The king involved a servicer.
Probabilidad de causar hojas ocultas al impactar con 5 golpes extra. Esta hoja apenas hace ruido. Ya corte carne o aire cuando pegue contra la piedra o armadura. Teñido en vez del metal queda amortiguado. Firma. Ok, pararé esto aquí. Bien, ya podemos bajar ahí a The Descent y continuaré.
So it's true. The king involved a surfacer.
We've lost so many. The Inquisitor's a welcome sight.
Te quiere. Aquí. Okay. Perfecto, bueno, terminaremos aquí. Esto es Playing for Change, Dragon Age Inquisition. Yo soy Esther y nos vemos a la próxima.